Okay, so Meghan Markle, I have decided, is only and will only ever be the queen of one thing. It's the queen of cosplay, the queen of pretending to be Princess Diana. Because these grim new social media posts of the fake Duchess at Disneyland literally using the same poses as Diana on rides is just a step towards absolute shame.
So I do think that what we're seeing is Meghan trying to change public perception with the children by using the children and pushing this mom of the
children
year
who she never wanted to use for publicity, obviously.
Obviously not. No.
So that's changed.
We're not allowed to see them, but for some reason she's still posting them on the internet.
Another day, another chapter in the ever-unfolding saga of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. But this time, it's not just another awkward interview, public backlash, or a headline from Piers Morgan. This time, the consequences are real, tangible, and surprisingly devastating. Because now, one of the most powerful companies in the world has stepped in. Disney, yes, that Disney, has reportedly banned Harry and Meghan from all of its parks. Not just for a season, not quietly behind closed doors, but in a way that sends a message so loud the whole world can hear it. We've had enough. So what happened? What could possibly cause the most family-friendly, image-obsessed entertainment empire in history to turn its back on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex? The answer lies in a birthday party, and a media stunt so calculated, so manipulative, that even Disney couldn't look the other way. Let's be clear, this isn't just some Twitter rumor or another tabloid exaggeration. According to multiple insiders, Disney has quietly but firmly decided that Harry and Meghan are no longer welcome in any of their theme parks worldwide, and that's a huge deal. Disney doesn't just ban people. They don't pick sides in celebrity drama. This is a company that survived meltdowns, scandals, and breakdowns, smiling through it all with Mickey Mouse ears and photo ops. So when Disney takes action, you know it's serious. Executives at the top were reportedly furious, calling the incident a gross violation of their brand values. Not just because of who it involved, but because of how it happened. It started as what looked like a wholesome family outing, a birthday trip to Disneyland for their daughter, Lilibet. Smiles, balloons, cute outfits. The kind of moment millions of families experience at the park every year. But insiders quickly noticed something strange. This wasn't a normal family day. This looked staged, production level staged. Multiple witnesses, including Disney employees, claimed that security teams were managing the flow of guests to give Harry and Meghan space. Coordinated camera angles were spotted. Photo ops were clearly set up, and more disturbingly, other guests, particularly children, were unintentionally caught in the background of what appeared to be a soft launch media shoot. What should have been a birthday turned into a behind-the-scenes PR campaign, and Disney saw it for what it was. This wasn't a family trip. This was content creation. Polished, curated, and executed in a place that prides itself on keeping families safe and private. Now, here's where things really broke down. Disney has extremely strict rules about photography, commercial filming, and protecting the privacy of its guests, especially children. The parks are supposed to be safe zones. No press, no branding plays, no sneaky campaigns, just magic. To executives, what Harry and Meghan did wasn't just a minor misstep. It was a breach of trust. They used Disney's brand, its wholesome image, its recognizable landmarks, as a backdrop for their personal narrative. Worse, they involved other people's kids, however unintentionally, and blurred their own children's faces in post, just enough to stir intrigue and trigger another media cycle. To Disney, that's not just annoying. That's exploitation. And they made their stance very clear. No more access, no more games. But here's the thing. This isn't the first time Harry and Meghan have been called out for this kind of behavior. In fact, It's part of a growing pattern, one that's starting to turn even their most loyal fans against them. For years, they've demanded privacy for their children, and yet, those same children show up in Netflix documentaries, Spotify specials, carefully timed interviews, and now Disneyland content that looks suspiciously well-timed. One moment, the kids are off-limits. The next, they're central to the narrative. It's always blurred faces, always strategically edited, but always just enough exposure to keep the story going. It's a contradiction that's becoming harder and harder to ignore. You can't ask the world to respect your privacy while walking your family through the most public places on Earth, trailed by cameras. You can't claim victimhood while profiting off the very attention you say you hate. And people are starting to see through it. Sources close to the Sussexes claim they were blindsided by Disney's decision, that they believed it was just a simple, innocent family outing. But let's be honest, nobody's buying that anymore. Not after years of their carefully constructed public image. Not after multiple high-profile content drops centered around their personal lives. Once upon a time, Harry and Meghan controlled the narrative. They told their story their way, and the world listened. But now, that control is slipping. And fast. Because the one thing they never expected was a brand as powerful as Disney pushing back. That move didn't just make headlines. It exposed the cracks in the Sussex machine. It reminded the world that even royals, even global celebrities, don't get to break the rules and walk away untouched. And here's where it gets even more uncomfortable. The sympathy, it's fading. The media interest, losing steam. The audience, tired. There was a time when anything Harry and Meghan did went viral. Their wedding, their Oprah interview, their Netflix special. Every appearance felt like an event. But lately, not so much. Social media reactions to the Disney incident were overwhelmingly critical. Former supporters voiced disappointment. Even celebrities who once praised them are noticeably silent. People are asking harder questions now. Why are the kids always part of the show if they're off limits? Why does every moment feel scripted? Are we watching a family or a brand? And the answers aren't flattering. The Sussexes once stood as a symbol of freedom from the crown, of love-defying tradition. But now, it's starting to feel more like a business, a brand obsessed with optics, a storyline that's been rehearsed one too many times. The Disney ban is more than just a headline. It's a moment, a signal that even the most tolerant institutions are done playing along, that the fairy tale is over, that the rules apply to everyone, even former royals, and unless Harry and Meghan change course, unless they start being real instead of polished, human instead of curated, they risk fading into irrelevance faster than they ever imagined. Because here's the harsh truth. You don't get to exploit the world's biggest family brand and expect applause. You don't get to manipulate public sympathy like it's a lever you can pull every time the spotlight dims. And you don't get to cry, "Leave us alone," one day, then drop a new media campaign the next, and wonder why people aren't listening anymore. Disney closed the door. Not just on their parks, but on the illusion that Harry and Meghan can keep playing both sides. And the public? They're starting to do the same. What was once a love story has become a cautionary tale. What was once about escaping the royal machine has now become a machine of its own. And unless something changes soon, the cameras might still roll, the photos might still surface, but the audience, they'll be gone. Because in the end, the one thing Harry and Meghan never expected was indifference.